So in this video, I'm going to look at question 7. So you get quite a lot of detail at the start. And the reason they're giving you these details here about what the examples of the data is so that you can work out what the data type is. So those are the data types. So name is a string because it's got letters in it. Strength is a whole number, so it's an integer. Attack is an integer as well because it's a whole number. Magic, they're saying, is a real number, so that means you can use the term real or float or double or single to say this is a decimal number. And special move, the example they've given you is invisible, so it's a string. This next bit is asking you to write an algorithm that will force the user to put a combination of values in that add up to 35. So it's saying these are the instructions you give. Write a pseudocode algorithm that asks the player to choose the strength and attack of their character. Cast the values input so that they're whole numbers. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Outputs an appropriate message if the values are not allowed. Repeats the process until appropriate values have been entered. This last line means you've got to do something like what they've done here, do until, or do while this is not the case, or something like that, so that it keeps going and asking the question until they enter the right combination. So ask the player to choose their strength and attack for their player. So strength is this line here. So the first part of that is input. Input equals enter strength value. The int bit here is casting it, turning it into an integer value. And they've done the same with attack there. So strength is equal to int input enter strength value. Attack is equal to int input enter attack value. And then they're doing the calculation to work out whether that combination is equal to 35. So if strength plus attack is not equal to, that's what that bit means there, to 35, then we'll do this. Output, your options have got to equal 35. And then you end up, and then this line forces it to keep going and keep asking the questions until that strength and attack value equals 35. You could have done that as a while statement as well. So while, so set a variable that says true or total is not 35, or total equals 35, and set it to false to start with, and then only set it to true when those combinations work. So 4 possible special moves: invisible, fly, psychic, and force. The move is generated using random number. The function random number xy returns a random number between x and y. So, for example, random number 1, 5 will return either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Using random number, write a pseudocode algorithm that chooses and outputs the special move for a character. So this is where you've got the marks. These are the bullet. These are the instructions to the examiner where to give you the marks. So you get a mark for using the word random number with correct boundaries. So that's there. So it's 1 to 4 because there are 4 special moves. So then it's got if special move equal to 1, then special move equals. Use results of random number in selection statement. So that's what this if, else if, and else if, and else are doing. And you've got appropriate selection statement with 4 outcomes. So they've got 4 outcomes here. So if it's 1, then they'll do invisible. If it's 2, then they'll fly. If it's 3, then they'll do psychic. And if it's 4, then they'll do special using force. Instead of using individual variables, a record structure can be used to store the data, store the character. Explain what is meant by record structure and how it could be used to store the data of the character. So a record structure is like an array is a form of record structure. So it can store multiple pieces of data A record structure is different from an array in that it can store different data types. That's important. They're held under one identifier that can be accessed from one identifier. So those are the marks you get. Why do you need an external file to save the character? Because it's a computer game, it's running, so once the power's off, it'll get lost from RAM, so you've got to hold it in secondary storage, so you've got to hold it in some sort of file to be stored in secondary storage. The variables are concatenated with commas. For example, 5 crystal, 30, 30, 3.5, invisible. And then they're written to a text file called characters.txt. And then you've got to write a pseudocode algorithm to concatenate the variables and write it to the file. So these, again, are the bullet points for the marks. So joining all 5 variables together using concatenation. So you wouldn't get the mark if you did 3 or 4 of them. You've got to get all 5. And you've got to have the comma in between to get the second mark. And you've got to then open the file, which is what this does. Then you've got to write the line, and then you've got to close the file. If you're ever asked about writing to files, you've got to open the file